what is Forge Gaming up to now? And what kind of things are we doing nowadays, Joe?
Yeah, so there's just so much going on right now. What we're up to now though is we've sort of over the years we had evolved to 2 years to two LAN parties a year, and we've sort of evolved to one LAN party a year with more emphasis on some different events and things that we can do throughout the year in place of that in the equip space. So let's so right now we have one large event a year that is our LAN party that's held in Northeast Ohio. And as I mentioned, play, compete, equip is sort of our mantra. So let's break each of those down and how we do each of those.
Let's do it.
When we're talking about play, a lot of people say they don't want to compete. They don't want to play to compete. And it's interesting because I have children and they're sort of split down the middle on this. Some of them love to compete, and some of them are like, I just want to play the game. I'm not interested in competing. I want to play us versus a bunch of unknowns, and I don't want to compete against anybody that I know. I don't like competition. And some of them are like, well, I want to compete. I want to play, and I want to fight and win. So like, there's one of my kids that like was the first one to play in the Smash tournament that we held at the last LAN party. So, really cool stuff there. But when we're talking about play, there's really three different places that we can think about that. We can think about that at a large group gathering, like a LAN party, where we can either play tabletop or we can play, computer games together. There's online, where we're playing online, and we can do events online with the magic of that high-speed connection that we're talking about in Discord. We can actually connect together and play games online at almost any time, where it's like the point of it is to enjoy the game. The point is not to compete together. It's to level up. It's to encourage each other. It's to hang out and voice chat together. And then there's in person, right? So in person, meaning smaller groups, things that we might do, smaller events. Sometimes we'll partner churches and other organizations to go and do sessions for both kids and parents and pastors, and just really educate from that perspective. But that's more in the equip space. But a bunch of IRL things, right?
Yep.
And then as far as compete goes, right, we've got LAN, we've got online, and we've got in person again. But it just looks a little bit different, right? At the LAN, we hold tournaments for people that want to play, and typically we'll pick a game and say, all right, we'll try to do a free-to-play game, maybe have some prizes involved, and get everybody, try to play the same game with a little bit of competitive spirit. And those that want to compete can compete and find some of those tournaments. And a lot of times when people used to go to LAN parties, it was all about the prize pool, right? What can we get in the prize pool, and are you paying in for the tournaments? And I'm like, that's just not our scene, really.
Yeah.
Our scene is more, we want to play to compete, but it's going to be for either sponsored prizes or Five Below trinkets, right? Stuff that it doesn't matter big picture. You're not coming to our LAN party for the prize pool. You're just coming to say, hey, I was the best person that showed up in person that day, right?
Yeah, we're trying to have fun.
And then online, yeah, right. It's a big part of the fun, honestly. And so, good job of keeping those on schedule. Sometimes games like Valorant go super long, but we won't go into that, will we? Besides, they have a new short mode now, but we'll talk about that later.
That's good.
When we're talking about online, we've done online competitive things where we've done tournaments online and had just sort of a similar prize pool, and we've done streaming and some shoutcasting around some of that, and it's kind of fun because everyone gets turns to play. And then also we've done IRL. We've done some small scale tournaments in person as well. It's more like private events type things like that. So any questions? Anything to add on that though, Steve?
No, I mean that covers it pretty well. I think what's exciting is just the fact that we have like such a wide range of reach in this space, right? So I mean, you go on our website and it's like there's over 3 billion gamers, like people that would call themselves gamers all over the world, and that's like board gamers, that's like competitive esports, which is like $1 billion industry, right? And there's like people that just play Candy Crush or whatever they do on their phones, you know what I mean? The casual players. And so what an opportunity. And so I think we're just glad to be in the space, and that there honestly needs to be more people in the space. We have some ministry partners that are doing this, and it's wonderful and it keeps happening. But man, what a space there is to be for that. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to continue to partner with churches and organizations to help reach more people in this way. And so, yeah, what's Forge Gaming up to? That's it.